And he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him. Yeah. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you gotta talk about it. This is you and him. You gotta talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get.
Everybody really want to know, is Bron getting traded? You know that.
No.
You know,
he has
Bron.
no trade clause.
If Bron come to the Knicks, that mean I can see you every day.
Listen,
yo,
we on the chat. I'm not listening. To answer your question,
if Bron
the
comes
man
to
has a no trade clause.
What that mean?
End of story.
So he can't get traded?
He has a no trade clause. It's up to him.
Oh, it's up to him if he want to leave.
No, he has a no trade clause. So in the event when a player has a no trade clause and a team wants to trade that player, that player has the ability to say no.
Get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Courtside. That day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere. Watch it, I'll be right. It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this is gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at. It ain't even about the money. This man is the one who said he's better than some of the NBA players are right now when he was in high school. If you go back and look at the tape, back then I said, stop. You can't do this. If you do that shit, you're bringing more pressure on your son. LeBron, stop. I said it then. This is before he got drafted. Stop doing this. He goes to USC. He got the heart ailment. I'm like, thank God he's okay. He gonna be all right. But I'm not gonna go see him at USC just like I didn't go see him at Sierra Canyon because Like, I ain't see Melo, son. I heard your son is all world. I ain't see him. Your son, I never saw these guys until they came pro. Because I know.
Wrong with USC?
No. It's not that.
Okay.
I know that because of who I am and what I've established for myself in this industry, if I walk into an arena, everybody is looking for me to critique that person. And I don't want to do that because they want to come up. I'm not covering college. I'm covering pro.
And they kids.
Huh? And they kid. Well, I'm saying, but if I was a college reporter, then I would have had to. But I wasn't. So why am I going to be there? I didn't want to put that extra pressure. So I never went. I went on national television and announced to the world, I'm not going to see him. He goes to USC. I'm not going to see him. It's too much. It's too much. And then now.
The NBA world is on the edge of its seat as whispers and rumors begin to swirl around what could be the most earth-shattering trade in recent history. LeBron James, the king himself, potentially leaving the Los Angeles Lakers and heading straight to the heart of New York City. And he wouldn't be coming alone. Bronny James, the next-generation superstar, could join his father, creating a duo that would instantly transform Madison Square Garden into a fortress of championship dreams. For decades, Knicks fans have fantasized about finally capturing glory, and now the pieces might be aligning in a way that makes that dream a reality. After a rocky start with the Lakers, speculation about LeBron's future is growing louder. According to Bleacher Report's Grant Hughes, LeBron is one of the NBA stars most likely to be traded before February's trade deadline. With a $53 million contract and a relentless drive to chase another championship, LeBron could make one of the boldest moves of his career. The Lakers, faced with the prospect of losing him for nothing in free agency, may see this as an opportunity to gain value while reshaping their roster for the future. New York emerges as the perfect destination. The Knicks are a rising powerhouse in the Eastern Conference, fresh off a deep playoff run and hungry to break a decades-long championship drought. They've even brought in Mike Brown, LeBron's former head coach, adding familiarity and trust that could tip the scales in favor of the Big Apple. Fans can already imagine the electric energy of Madison Square Garden erupting as LeBron drives to the basket and Bronny lights it up from deep, transforming the Knicks into a dynasty contender almost overnight. For LeBron, this move represents more than basketball. It's about controlling his legacy and finishing his career on his own terms. Bronny gets the chance to learn from the greatest player of all time while stepping into the spotlight himself, creating a father-son story unlike anything the NBA has ever seen. The media frenzy would be unstoppable. Analysts dissecting every angle, fans debating fit and chemistry, and social media exploding with speculation and hype. This potential move isn't just a trade, it's the beginning of a new era. The combination of LeBron's leadership and Bronny's rising stardom could finally bring championship glory to New York. February's trade deadline promises to be one of the most explosive days in NBA history if this deal goes through. Every team, from the Eastern Conference rivals to the traditional Western powerhouses, would have to rethink their strategy, salaries, and approach to building around superstars. The Knicks could instantly become the team to beat.
He's got to overcome this heart ailment, so I can't judge him. But then they said, oh, he going pro. So then once you say he's going pro, okay, you're talking to the scouts and the evaluators and everybody else. Yo, man, this is them. He'll be lucky to be a second-round pick. He'll be lucky. He ain't ready, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't seen him, y'all. I haven't seen him. Then all of a sudden, Rich Paul and others at Clutch, and then the story headlines follow. Boston might be interested, Golden State might be interested, Phoenix might be interested, Clippers might be. You start hearing all of this, and you're like, all right, this could be true, or this could be them wielding their magic to make it look such a way. I say nothing. He gets drafted by the Lakers, which everybody knew was going to happen because, the skids were greased, and he gets drafted. I still say nothing. He goes into it's opening night. Now remember, most cats talk about the league. I cover it. What I mean by that is that you can give your opinion. You might not be on the phone with the commissioner. You might not be on the phone with the executive VP. You might not be on the phone with other people that work in these offices. I am. So because of that, I'm hearing all of this. Yeah, we just gonna go along with it. Opening night I'm talking about. Opening night. Him, Bron. We just gonna go along with it. Or you hearing the Lakers are just going along with it. You're hearing this stuff. Now, I'm not saying they told me that, meaning the commissioner or Jeannie Buss, but I'm saying you're hearing that from those organizations. So I'm getting all of this. One of those cats standing up.
Staples Center.
Ken Griffey, Senior and Junior, who were all-stars, Hall of Famer, and Ken Griffey Jr., they got them there. And again, I've been covering it for 30 years, not NBA, sports. You understand? So how you think it's all looking to me? It's a little bit too choreographed. But I'm still. I'm still like this. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, let's have this moment because LeBron deserves it. The brother, I got him number 2 all time behind Jordan, right? He's done so much for the league. He's generated so much money. I don't want to hear about Bronny and the $8 million. As far as I'm concerned, LeBron underpaid. Shit, that's $8 million he should have had in his pocket. It's no big deal to me. But the one thing I did say was, that one game right there is the moment. Now you got to go to the G League and earn your stripes. Instead, he's playing and playing and playing. And I'm getting stats. And he go against Philly. They put him in the first quarter. And Tyrese and them gave it to him. And then they plaster on SportsCenter 0.3 points, 0.3 rebounds, 0.4 assists, blah, blah, blah. And I said, damn. Why? Because I'm like, now I can't ignore it. Because how am I doing my job? If now you put me in a position where because they put the stats up, everyone is blowing it up. They're putting it on all their social media pages. And it's like, how do all of that's happening? But Stephen A. Smith got nothing to say. I can't get away with it no more. So I go on the air and I say the same thing I said over the summer. Yo, LeBron, if we see this, you're his dad and you're a basketball savant. You must see this. Don't do this. Because you're putting him under such a microscope. It's going to be too much for him to overcome. Give him a chance. So that's what I said. And because I prefaced it by saying, as a dad, the only reason I said as a dad is because you marketed yourself as his dad to help him get into the league. You didn't do that. Melo didn't do that, or hasn't yet, and I know he wouldn't.
D-Wade,
Tim Hardaway Sr., Rick Barry, the list goes. None of them did that. None of them. He's the only one. And I said, yo, that's why I'm saying this to you. I don't want to do this. I know your intentions are honorable. Go back and watch the whole tape of me saying it. I know your intentions are honorable. I know you don't mean harm. But there's some vultures out here, and they going to come for him. And how many times over the years, to get to your point, in terms of what you asked me about what you expect from me, Stephen A., blah, blah, how many, find the brothers in the industry that will tell you, I did not give them a lookout. I go up to them all the time. Yo, come here. I'm not going to be able to help you if you get to this point. You need to stop this shit right now because it's coming. It's coming. That to me is where I reach back and I pay back by giving cats the heads up of the minefields because I've been here for 30 years. I got fired, I lost my job, they thought my career was over. I've been through all of this shit, all of it. And I'm like, yo, I know where the minefields lie. And
the Lakers, meanwhile, face tough decisions. Losing LeBron would be monumental, and the ripple effects extend far beyond Los Angeles. Trades like this reshape playoff seeding, alter championship odds, and shift the entire league narrative. The drama of such a high-stakes move feels like a Hollywood blockbuster unfolding in real time. Every highlight, every dunk, and every three-point shot from this potential duo will be analyzed endlessly as the Knicks surge through the Eastern Conference, challenging established powerhouses. Even skeptics would be silenced as Madison Square Garden erupts game after game. The king and his heir would redefine the meaning of a franchise-changing move, creating a story that transcends sports and captures the imagination of fans worldwide. LeBron's leadership, Bronny's talent, and the city's energy could finally bring the Knicks the championship they've craved for decades. As season approaches, every rumor, trade speculation, and headline will be dissected, because this isn't just basketball, it's a saga. A father-son legacy is poised to collide with one of the NBA's most storied franchises, potentially creating a dynasty in the heart of New York. The league, the media, and the fans will watch every move with bated breath, knowing that if this trade happens, history will be written in real time. LeBron and Bronny James moving to New York could be more than a headline. It could redefine an era. With the Big Apple as their stage, the Knicks might finally realize their championship dreams, and the NBA landscape could be forever altered. The story of the king and his heir, taking a city and a franchise to unprecedented heights, is one that will captivate generations, proving that when LeBron moves, the world watches, and when he brings his son, history is made.